Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. Today we are going to be up against Le Havre in the league and Sevilla in our Champions League group stage. In between episodes we've played a number of matches. We have played another Champions League game which we lost and it was kind of expected. We've also played a few league games and as you can tell from the league table on the left we're 6th in the table, so we've done okay. After the somewhat surprising victory against Juventus, we went back into league action against Rennes, and it was a 1-1 draw. Abubakar Niare with the only goal of the game for us. A late equalising goal. It was technically a Konstantin Jakarov own goal, but we were just awful. It was just terrible defending. Against Lens, though, we do pick up 3 points thanks to Marco Vergara and Dragan Pokrovac. Against Lille, Kevin Turner gets on the score sheet from the penalty spot, and Juan Manuel Blanco giving us 3 more points there. In the Champions League, we got battered by Manchester United. We literally had 2 shots. They had about 18. We lose 4-0. Bernard Collin with 2 goals, Tavares with a goal, and Marcus Rashford also with a goal as well. And you can see there, I brought on Salim Bakakakaki, my Algerian sub-goalkeeper, because, Calvin Matuba was awful and was at fault for 2 of the goals. Finally, it was a 1-1 draw against Lyon. It was Marco Vergara on the 4th minute, and then Benjamin Fring equalising in the 73rd minute. It means we are 6th place in the table, and that is actually okay considering some of the teams that we played. We played obviously 3 teams quite high up in the table, the PSG, the Monaco, and the Marseille, I believe it was, and that's our 3 defeats. So 14 points after 9 games, not terrible. Le Havre up next, 19th place in the table, should be an easy victory. Match number 1 then, up against Le Havre, who we've played now 12 times in all competitions, 5 wins apiece, 2 draws, but we are quite obviously the better side at the moment, so hopefully we can get our 6th win and 3 more points, which could actually, if things go away, put us back up into 3rd place. I'm thinking if we win, we might go to 4th. The starting lineup that we are going to play then, we're going to go with a 4-4-2 diamond formation because I've played that for the last few games. It's actually doing quite okay. Obviously against Manchester United, didn't do very well, but that was Man United. So in goal is going to be Algerian goalkeeper Salim Bekakci. He's going to get a rare start today. João Ferreira, Vanderlei, Dragan Pokrovac and Hugo Lafosse will be the back 4. Something I forgot to tell you about Vanderlei, which happened quite a while ago. I keep saying he's Brazilian. He's decided to be French. He's been here long enough now to become French, and he's decided that he wants to play for France. He hasn't got any Brazil caps, any France caps, anything like that, but yeah, he's just decided he wants to be French. And I don't know why, but sure, if he gets in the France team, that's going to be amazing. The defensive midfielder today will be Juan Manuel Blanco with David Burkic and Kevin Turner in the middle of the pitch. Jean-Pierre Lecomte will be just behind the 2 main men of Francois Achille and Marco Vergara. Achille so far hasn't scored this season. He needs to get himself a goal. As expected, Le Havre are going to be playing quite a defensive formation. Sonogo, as that defensive midfielder, might cause some problems for us, but because we've got 2 attackers and an attacking midfielder, we should have enough players going forward, so it's not going to be too much of a worry. Just 30 seconds on the clock, and the first highlight of the game is taking place. Mensah kicks the ball into Lafosse, but Lafosse can manage to clear it. It's possibly going to come back towards us, though. Lafosse once again steals in, and Turner can now run forward. Plays it forward to Vergara, and Vergara has... We've scored. It's gone in. Remy Deschamps is going to be awarded the own goal, but Vergara smashed it into the goalkeeper. It then picked up speed, came off the post faster than it hit the post, which is not how science works, but the ball still ended up in the back of the net. Look, what happens here? So Vergara hits it, it hits Deschamps' hands, and decides to go 17 times faster. Doesn't matter, we're 1-0 up, we've moved up to 4th place in the table. And since that goal, nothing has happened at all. We've had no highlights. We're getting some shots away. 4 shots now. Just 2 on target, but no highlights currently to talk about. I've shouted at them to demand more to see if it makes a single bit of difference. It doesn't look like it's going to. And it looks like it is going to be 1-0 at half-time. Hold on, there is a highlight just before the half-time whistle goes. Achille has hit the crossbar, and there goes the half-time whistle. So, 2 highlights, 1 at the very start and 1 at the very end of the half. It's not been a particularly good match so far, so I'm going to give an angry team talk to people. I'm far from pleased. People look fired up. Yunus Kabul then said he's not happy with Achille's performance either. which also fired him up. Good. We are not going to do any changes at the moment, but Chile needs to really pick it up in this second half. Throw on for Lafos to take to Blanco. We are on the 53rd minute. Kevin Turner across to Burkic. Lecomte plays it back to Blanco. We need to get over to Lafos, really. He's got loads and loads of space. Burkic tries to play the most convoluted pass I've ever seen. We've managed to get the ball back, though. Ferreira tries to cross it in and can't do it. Blanco now. He's going to play it across to Kevin Turner. Lecomte, now Lafos finally gets involved. His cross is awful. Lecomte spins and goes for goal and hits it just wide of the post. That was an extremely weird highlight. Just after the hour mark, Chile is going to be coming off for Vergara. We're going to swap you two over, because I know Vergara is a natural complete forward, so he should be able to fit into that position quite well. No one else is playing badly, we're just not scoring any goals. Burkic with a free kick, plays it towards the penalty spot, it's cleared. Simone can run the ball clear for Le Havre. Gets tackled, but they still keep hold of possession. Once again, the ball doesn't quite make its way through. Vanderlei forward to Lecomte, plays it forward to the Georgian Gvimradze. He's got no options, he's gone down, it's going to be a penalty. Who is going to be stepping up to take it? It's clearly a penalty. Levan doesn't dive. It is a penalty. See, I told you Levan doesn't dive. So, who is stepping up? It is number 14, who I'm not quite sure whether that is... it is Marco Vergara. Steps up, smashes it into the back of the net, almost breaking the net, making it 2-0. But this is hardly a convincing 2-0. Le Havre have yet to register a shot, let alone a shot on target, and I'm still not happy with this performance. 14 shots now for us, 6 on target, only 2 goals to show for it. Into the final 10 minutes, we're going to do our final substitutions now. Davor Vasic is going to come on for Burkic. Sure, I know Vasic can't play the Carrilero. He'll work it out. Total Popov as well is going to come on for Hugo Lafos. Popov basically didn't play in this one because his overall fitness was a little bit low. And obviously, we have Sevilla next. So I'm trying to save him for the Champions League matches. Vergara with a free kick with 4 minutes to play. He's hit the crossbar. It goes over. It's another chance on goal, but it is still not another goal. Look at Ferreira and Vanderlei's ratings are stupidly high. So that's basically why we're doing well. It's because we're just not letting them have any chances. Final highlight of the game then. It's a throw on and the full-time whistle goes. It is a 2-0 victory, but I'm really not happy with that performance. Look at the amount of chances we had, and we've got 2 goals to show for it, and one was a penalty, and the other was an own goal. That result then does move us up into 4th place in the table. I don't know who else was really playing around us. Montpellier drawing with Nantes, which is good. Marseille drawing with PSG, which is also very good. So that is clearly why we've moved up. Monaco being Sochaux keeps them ahead of us for the time being. We're still only 6 points behind top of the table St Etienne, of all teams. That's a weird one. PSG have lost 2 games so far this season. Up next though, Champions League football against Sevilla. Can't see us getting too much out of that one. Match number 2 then, up against Sevilla, our 3rd match in the Champions League. You can see the table there in the middle. We are currently sat 2nd place in the table because Juventus beat Sevilla. We obviously lost to Manchester United, but we did beat Juventus, so we're ahead of them on games against. 4th place Sevilla so far yet to win a match. They did draw with Manchester United in their opener. Hopefully we can get a draw out of this one. I was kind of expecting at the start of the season, our Champions League group stage, we would finish bottom of the group with about 1 point, maybe. So far, we have already exceeded my expectations, so I'm now starting to get a little bit optimistic, thinking maybe we can get into the Europa League knockout rounds if we finish 3rd. The starting lineup we are going to go for then, we are sticking with the 4-4-2 diamond. Calvin Matupa returns to the goalkeeping position with Joe Ferreira, Vanderlei, Pokravac and Todor Popov now as the back 4. Asan Kamara is going to be the defence midfielder, and an extremely rare start for Simon Bogle, partially because he was out on loan last season, and also he is going to be leaving us in January, so I'm basically screwing over Köln, because he's off back to Germany. I'm screwing him over, because he's no longer going to be able to play for European competitions. Assuming that they are in European competitions. He's going to be alongside Kevin Turner in the middle of the pitch. Lecomte, Achille and Vergara will be the front 3. Achille really needs to pull his finger out. His average rating over the last 5 games is a 6.4. Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to give you a warning, and we're going to criticise your recent form, and we're going to be passionate and say you haven't been scoring many, and see what he says. You're right. Hopefully, that is going to be enough for him to suddenly score 3 goals against Sevilla. I almost submitted the team then without fixing my subs bench. I always do this. Look, we don't play wingers, so on the bench we've got a right midfielder, and someone who can also play on right midfield. Why have we got so many right wingers on the bench? All we've done is we have dropped Nestor to the reserves. Ismail Sarr is going to be sitting on the bench instead. No, he's not. No, he's not going to be Ismail Sarr. It's going to be Ismail Silla. Keep getting those two confused. Silla, I've promised first team football to. He's not got any yet, so probably need to try and turn that around a little bit. I don't know why I'm playing Simon Bogle. Like, it's literally just hit me that Simon Bogle should not be playing for us. He's good. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still a good footballer. But he's not good enough. Hanover, that's where he's going, not Colne, he's going to Hanover. So, yeah, he's okay, 3-star current ability. He's playing as a Carrilero, which he's got, I guess, some decent stats for it. He might be alright. I'd like to think if we manage to pick up a victory here and then pick up one more point from our final 3 games, we're going to finish third and go into the Europa League group stages. Not group stages, knockout rounds. That's kind of my hope for this. 10 minutes in and the first highlights start with a Dunkerque free kick. Lecomte forwards to Francois Achille. Lecomte again. Kevin Turner loves a goal in the Champions League. This time it is just over the bar. Already, we're doing better in this match than we were against Manchester United. Just putting it out there. Halfway through the first half, and so far the only highlight has been that Kevin Turner shot. It's not the most exciting game of football once again, is it? Juventus have taken the lead against Manchester United, which means we've dropped down to third in the group, because obviously Manchester United have beaten us comfortably. Right, let's give them a shout. Nothing's happening at all. Literally nothing is happening. Maybe the shout was going to do something. It really hasn't. Vergara's on a 6.4, so it's your turn to be piss poor today. Manchester United have equalised just before half-time, so we've moved back up into second place. But it is going to be 0-0 here at half-time, and it's been pretty bad. Pretty bad. Assertively, I'm not happy with your performance out there. Someone seemed demotivated. It was Bogle. Well, Simon, you got a 6.5. You're not going to be here next season. That is your time up with the club, I believe. Juan Manuel Blanco has come on, in case you didn't notice what I just did there. Vergara's on a 6.4, and I don't really want to bring him off because he's a better striker than Achille. There's a free kick for Sevilla on 52 minutes. Juami across to Calderoni. He's gone for a weird cross once again. They've hit the post. Popovic can smash the ball clear. Popovic? Pokravac? Who's Popovic? Free kick for Lecomte just before the hour mark, and Pokravac is there. How has that not gone in? It's going to be a corner. Vergara's going to go over to take it. There's plenty of players in the box, but none in the 6-yard box, which is exactly where the corner goes, and the goalkeeper can easily claim the ball. Right, Vergara is going to have to come off. Levan Gvimradze once again coming on. He's playing Champions League football, Levan Gvimradze is. I mean, his finishing is 8. He's got finishing of 8, and he's playing Champions League football as a striker. Free kick for Sevilla with about 25 minutes left to play. Crosses in towards the penalty spot. Chile can get the ball a little bit further clear by the looks of it. But Sevilla do claim the ball once again. That is a wonderful pass, and that is a great save from Matupa. And Pokravac can clear the ball, and we're not going to see the throw-on highlight either. Going to do a show some passion. Hopefully we can get something. Like this second half has been all Sevilla. We've had about 1 or 2 shots. If a 0-0 draw here is not the end of the world. A draw is good in this scenario, I think. We're terrible. We're not a Champions League ready team at all, so a draw is not actually a terrible result. Final substitution going to happen then with about 7 minutes or so left to play. It's going to be Kamara off for Ismail Silla, and that is all we're going to do. So we're sticking with the 4-4-2 diamond. We're not changing anything else up. We're not trying to shut up shop. I'm kind of expecting to concede a late goal here. Reyes with a corner for Sevilla, and that was almost the late goal from Eduard, but it is over the bar. We've got 4 minutes of injury time. If it stays this way, I'm going to be happy, because it means at the midway point in the Champions League group stages, we are going to be sat second place in the group, which is perfect, because if we stay there, that's just an insane position to finish in. I think Manchester United and Juventus drew 1-1 maybe. So actually United are only 1 point ahead of us at the moment in the table. So yes, Manchester United and Juventus did end up drawing 1-1. So the group stages, if we go and have a quick look, we are in Group C. We are currently sat second, 3 games in, 1 win, 1 draw, 1 defeat. 3 goals scored, 6 conceded, most of them against Manchester United. 4 points after 3 games. I will take that. That's That's pretty good going. We also picked up £807,000, and Chile is facing a confidence crisis. What can we possibly do to get him to score? He's not scored in 12 matches. Right, Chile, what we are going to do, you can play some reserve team football for 90 minutes. And when you play for the reserves, I want you to score 3 goals in at least one. I want you to get a hat-trick. Because if we have a look, I mean, I'm sure I've shown this before, our reserves dominate. We absolutely dominate teams. So I'm hoping a Chile can just turn up and score a hat-trick. I mean, this man here, he scored how many goals so far this season? He scored 45 goals in 77 appearances, and he's awful. He's got 5 finishing. Well, that is going to do it then for what is probably going to be a rather short episode, but I think this is probably somewhat a bit of a different episode, because normally we have really long episodes because there's a lot of stuff going on. It's a 2-0 victory against the Harv in the league, putting us into 4th place, and a 0-0 draw against Sevilla in the Champions League, keeping us in 2nd place in the group. Next episode, we are going to go a fair distance. We might have the Juventus game. We might go all the way through to Cannes and Manchester United. Depending on what happens here, we might return for St Etienne Juventus. If we lose to Sevilla, and the Juventus match basically suddenly becomes irrelevant, then we'll probably go straight to Cannes and Manchester United. Expect the Juventus match, to be honest. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2019 with USL Dunkerque. If you did enjoy, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back next time for some more Champions League action, and hopefully we either get through to the knockout rounds, or we get through to the knockout rounds of the Europa League. That would be nice.